From Hollywood, bringing you the best in entertainment, you are now riding shotgun on Maz TV.
Welcome back from the break, everybody, and that is the El Capitan Theater. Such a beautiful theater. If you've never taken a look or actually seen a film there, it's actually a really great experience. I suggest you all go check that out. So we went to one of my favorite places in Malibu. Actually, it was Malibu. And sat with Mark Burnett and Roma Downey for their mini-series, The Bible. Check it out.
God warned me. He told me to build a boat.
God has spoken to me.
He will lead us to a new home.
Maz TV had the opportunity to visit executive producers Mark Burnett and Roma Downey at their beautiful home in Malibu. Lightworkers Media and Hearst Productions, in association with History Channel, present the epic mini-series, The Bible.
In the telling of these stories, we had a choice. Either we were going to try and tell many more Bible stories, but not be able to tell them with depth, or we would tell fewer but have an opportunity to really emotionally connect. And that's what we decided to do.
As we got further into the chat about their incredible journey through the production, Roma discusses the initial encounter she and Mark had upon meeting their leading man.
Diogo Morgado was brought to us, and we actually first met him here at our home, and he walked down our garden path and we looked out the window together to try and get a peep before he arrived, and we saw him, and I said to Mark, there he is. That's the actor who will bring Jesus to the screen.
Roma Downey stars as Jesus' mother, Mary, alongside Diogo Morgado as Jesus, who were both eager to let us in on their individual experience.
This was something that I try to tell the story of a Jesus more in a human condition.
Right.
You know, like you know, with all our beliefs, but at the same time, sometimes not knowing what's going to happen. You know, so I think that's really human.
Right.
And really, like, we have all that in common. So I try to go that direction.
Sure, in order, you know, just basically staying true to the character, not trying to create a caricature type of role. Exactly.
I couldn't say it better.
He brings that, you know, special quality to the screen, and I think through his performance he will really touch people's lives. The possibility that people will tune in and really be inspired by this series is very exciting.
In terms of what scenes may have had an effect emotionally on Diogo, let's listen in.
One of them was the Last Supper. I think the Last Supper was, I wasn't prepared to that scene of what happened. What happened was that at that point I was so involved that suddenly I realized that I was saying goodbye to my family.
Right.
And so when I say I was obviously as Jesus, it was not just the painting.
Everyone involved connected to their roles. However, one task Mark and Roma were immediately faced with was a massive creative challenge. A series that spans thousands of years, all to be compressed into just 10 hours of television.
We knew we had 10 hours. We were grateful to have 10 hours of American primetime TV.
Sure.
And we knew we were doing it 5 Sundays, 2 hours per Sunday, starting March 3rd. And it was, how do you do that? You know, there's 66 books, thousands of pages. How do you do it? And we realized we couldn't do the entire Bible. So we did a bunch of connecting, beautiful stories, 5 hours Old Testament, 5 hours New Testament.
Nothing this power couple couldn't handle, who were given a stamp of approval by a few people incredibly close to their hearts. 2
of our kids, 15-year-old and 16-year-old, actually decided on their own voluntary way to screen this at their high school for all their friends. And for them to take that risk, they must think it's good, because their standard is The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, you know, and they said to us before we left, the last advice they gave to us as we left for Morocco for 6 months, please don't make the special effects lame.
And I'm sure the executive producers and the entire crew know exactly what they're doing to give the audiences a life-changing experience. The Bible is a 10-hour mini-series airing on the History Channel, so I suggest you all check it out. Speaking of films, we're going to give you Maz TV's top 2 movie choices. Check them out.
I own an island off the coast of Costa Rica.
First we have is the 1993 film Jurassic Park, and it's making its way back to theaters, only this time in 3D. During a preview tour, a theme park suffers a major power breakdown that allows its clone dinosaur exhibits to run amok.
difference.
Make ready, let's go!
Risk your life.
And next we have is G.I. Joe Retaliation. Starring Channing Tatum, Dwayne Johnson, Ray Park, and Bruce Willis, the G.I. Joes are not only fighting their mortal enemy, they are forced to contend with threats from within the government.
That's a good film. Those are a good couple of films that we might want to check out. You want to go with me, amigo? How about you out there? Yes? No? Either way, I suggest you all go take a look, and you will not be disappointed, so stick around, because up next we are getting some self-defense tactics from my friend Vincent Lopez. We'll be right back.
Up next on Maz TV.